Hello, hello. This is Bad Guy Press. Real name is Barry. Um, I apologize for the long delay when I said I was gonna do a update and things like that. But Sammy knows Sammy the Bull, um, the skills guru, my skills icon, my skills tutor. I learned a lot from. He knows more than anybody else on the page than anybody. Um, but basically, I try to keep it short today. I have a video that I gotta edit and insert some things into, which I'm not real good at. And my phone, my daughter was using my phone and it broke, so I had to get a new one and re-download everything and It was just about done, and I had to restart editing things in, and that gets more into detail. It's gonna be a longer video, half hour, 45 minutes, because I wanna really get into um, what led up to, what's going on, what caused it, what's happened since, and what's to come in the future. Pretty much. So, quick update. Um, as some of you may or may not know, sorry, my TV just turned on. Some of you may or may not know, I was in that vehicle accident, and I didn't really get hurt too bad. I mean, it did take me in the ambulance because I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. I just picked up my chain that I worked. It took 9 months for me to get it replaced. It's 14 karat, 5 millimeter solid gold rope chain. I bought it in 2008. I think it was $1,000 back then. Um, I forget what I was doing. It was during COVID. I think the little skinny piece of the clasp broke off and it fell, and then I think I stepped on it and squished part of it or something along those lines. Um, so 2 years ago that it happened. Anyway, I battling for 18 months. They sent me, it's 24 inches long. They sent me a 10 karat hollow gold one in return. Well, first they tried to repair it. It looked like they spot welded it and then spray painted it with like some generic gold paint. The store manager that got it didn't even want to show it to me. It was gone for 3 weeks, and that's what they did. So no, we're gonna replace it. Another couple weeks go by. They say it came in. It was a 10 karat hollow gold. It felt like you were like holding a piece of like plastic or a few pieces of tinsel. I said, what is this? Oh, well, we have to go by the value, and we got to keep it the same. I said, no, you don't. I said, I have the lifetime warranty information right here. You can pull up yours. Same or similar. Moral of the story: 9 months dealing with the insurance company and with them. They didn't want to give me the same one, which they had in the store at the time, because the price of gold's gone way, way up since then. And the insurance company said that's not what we're about. We're about replacing the same item, not a different item of the same value, the same item. So I finally got it. I had to order it offline. Didn't have it in the store anymore. Um, Ended up being $52.99 or something like that retail. That's why they didn't want to pay the difference. It was like, I don't know, $5,000 difference. But I paid for a reason. There's a reason I got it, and I want what I want. That's why I bought 14 karat solid. I didn't buy 10 karat hollow. But anyway, I was on my way home. That's when I got in the accident. Um, Banged my knees pretty good off the dash. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. I used to be a lot bigger, but I can't go to the gym anymore. If anybody's on Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Barry Prandy. There's two of us, my father and then me. Um, my father and my mother are holding my daughter in their picture. They don't even know how to upload or anything. And then me, it's a picture of me and my daughter. You'll be able to tell if you just find them and just look. Um, Anybody that follow me on Facebook, I used to go to the gym a lot, and I used to be pretty big, like especially being 6'2". Well, I was on the regular curling, 45-pound dumbbells, sets of 15, and then the third set I'd burn out, so I couldn't do them anymore. And it got to the point where, like, I'm a righty, and it got to the point where I couldn't even get 25 pounds with the right arm. And the reason for that is I played ice hockey since I'm 5 years old. In our area, there's one rink. It was in Wilkes-Barre, and we would our most local game was Allentown. We would travel from Massachusetts down to D.C., Virginia, and everywhere in between. New York, as far up as like Syracuse, and that was our elite travel league that I played for. And then I got into the adult league after high school and all that. I played high school hockey as well. Once I got into high school hockey, and then I was in the adult league, beer leagues it is called, and we ended up doing some travel tournaments and some travel leagues with that. And we were having fun. We were having a blast going on weekend tournaments to Lake Placid, Millersville, down in Lancaster County. And sorry, something just popped up. And I loved it. I loved my team. I loved my guys. The goalie, who's my best friend, I was the best man in his wedding. I'm his first daughter's first child, who's a daughter. I'm the godfather. He's the godfather of my daughter. We've known each other since diapers. He's been my goalie my whole life. He played longer than I did because of this injury. When I was 30 years old, we were playing, and in the adult league, fighting was allowed, as well as the elite travel league, fighting was allowed. High school, no. Um, I wore a full cage because I would take sticks and pucks to the face a lot, and I just didn't want to bust it all up. But during fights, it's code that if you're gonna fight, if somebody has a visor or whatever, if they don't want to cut their knuckles up, they'll grab it and be like, "We taking these off? You want to leave them on?" And just hope we don't bang our knuckles off the edge of the visor and rip our hands to shreds. But when you see the guys take the helmets off, that's respect, because they don't want to damage the other guy's hands on the visor. So having a full cage, if I was going to get in a fight, I had to take the helmet off, because it's not fair for the guy. He's just going to be punching a metal bar cage. So I would always take the helmet off, and out of respect, they should as well, and they did for the most part. A couple guys didn't, but they're the ones that don't know how to fight, and you just clip them once and they're a puddle. But we played against in the summer leagues. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins are 5 miles from my house, their arena. The guys that played and lived local would play in our summer league and be scattered around a couple teams. Of course, not ours, but we won a few championships up here. Me and us and this other team, we're just back and forth. Neither of us got Penguin guys, but the rest of the team's got a couple that lived in the area. Sebastian Caron, he has a house at Harvey's Lake. He played NHL. Florida Panthers was his biggest achievement, playing there for a good stint. Dennis Bonvie, the fighter, that's all he could do. I could stick handle around between his legs, over his head if I wanted to, just make him look silly. But if I ever fought him, I'd probably be going to the hospital, because he's a bad dude. And he's big in real life. He's big. Um, Eric Tangradi, Ryan Dumoulin, you guys might know from Pittsburgh. They played down here. I played against all those guys in summer leagues. Anyway, I'm getting carried away here. We were playing a team. It's a rivalry team, and it was getting chippy. No fights happened up until that point. I don't know if anything happened after, and this is why. I'm very fast. Very good. Was very good. We were chasing a loose puck that was going into the corner that their goalie didn't come out to play because we were hauling ass chasing this puck. Me and this other guy. I fought before. Respectfully, I get the better of him 90% of the time. He got me a couple times, but it only takes one, you know. You get that spot. It only takes one. It happens, but about 90% of the time I would get him. He was a scrapper. And it was a chippy game with us, like I said. And I was beating him to the puck. And we get maybe 10 to 15 feet away from the boards, going 30 miles an hour, 25, 30 miles an hour. He decides to two-hand, like grabs his stick like a golf club or a baseball bat by the end, and two-hands me across the shins. Okay, my shin guards, which didn't hurt. It broke his stick, but it put me into a Superman. You know what I mean? Like my legs went out and I went into a Superman. And I landed on the ice, and that's what I remember. I was told I didn't even put my hands up to brace myself. It would happen so quick. I went in head first and just folded up, and I was out. I was out for over 15 minutes. First thing I remember is the paramedics there. My cage was taken off already. They kept the helmet on, obviously, and the pads on. They were loading me onto a backboard to get me to a stretcher. I refused. I'm a hockey player. I'm good. I wasn't out for 15 minutes. You guys are right down the road. They used to have them on site, but it got too expensive. So, I mean, the hospital's right down the road from the rink. But anyway, I refused the medical attention like a dummy. They unhooked me, whatever. One of the guys put my helmet back together real quick and helped me to the bench, and because it was early in the game, and sat out a few shifts. I'm shook up, I'm real sore in the neck, and I threw up, so I knew I had a concussion. Following day, I should have went that night, but the following day I went to the hospital, and they did some tests. But they only checked my head. They didn't go any lower, which they should have, given how that incident happened. But I was mobile. I was really sore the next day, but my neck, like, it felt like, I can't even describe it. It's just like every muscle was just pinched and just as tight as possible. It's like it was hard to just go left a little or right a little. But I expected it. I figured go away in a few days. They checked my eyes. They did some tests in the machine. I forget, it was a CAT scan maybe on my head, and I had a moderate concussion, not severe but moderate, not mild either, moderate. And that was it for me. I had to miss the rest of the season. And following year, I found out I was going to have a daughter. The girl I was with at the time was pregnant. So, can't be doing that anymore. Can't be leaving for weekends. And some days we'd be gone 9-10 days. We'd have a tournament. We'd have a game here, a game there. We'd be home for a day, back all night in New York. I don't know, Dover, Delaware, and when you have a kid, you can't just leave like that. Plus work, it was affecting work. Even though I was a supervisor and had lots and lots of time off, it was affecting work. So I was spending a lot of my sick and vacation days playing hockey and not really doing anything in the summers. with the girl I was with, which was the stress on our relationship. But anyway, I stopped playing. It wasn't going to be permanent. It was going to be, until, we got into a groove and the baby got old enough, and I wouldn't do the traveling, but I would still play, maybe once or twice a week. 2020 comes around with COVID, and this is where it gets bad. October, I go to sleep, I wake up the next day, and my neck is just throbbing. Like, the pain pretty much was gone at this point, and this is, God, we're talking 2020, I was 38. So we're talking 8 years later. It didn't all go away. Like, my neck would still be sore at times, creak up and creak up. October 2020, I went to sleep. I woke up and it's just like throbbing, and I had a sensation in my hands, like when your hand falls asleep, it's like that pins and needles thing. I had that, and my new girlfriend at the time's like, "Oh, but maybe you slept on it, right?" I said, "Yeah, probably." Well, the pins and needles didn't go away, and the pain didn't really go away at first, but the pain slowly subsided over the next day or so. The pins and needles in the hand ended up going up to my elbow, ended up going up to my bicep, ended up going up to my shoulder, ended up going up to my neck. Currently, and this is when I went to the hospital. From my neck and between my shoulders, all the way down to the tips of my fingers, there's no feel. It's pins and needles. My hands asleep, my arms asleep, 24/7. I did construction. We lost our business in 2020 with COVID. I quit my job as a supervisor, and me and my buddy started our own business. Got a loan, bought all the equipment we needed. We had jobs lined up that we were going to make a killing. Starting in April, we were booked out all the way to October. And COVID happened, and somehow we had a falling out. I don't even know what it's about. We still haven't spoken. I don't even know why. I mean, I didn't cause COVID, so I don't know what he's talking about. I lost just as much money as he did. Anyway, he was bartending, and I was bartending at another bar. I didn't want to go back doing the construction at the company that I left. I was there for 16 years. They weren't keeping up with proper wages. They were overworking us. I was working 6 days a week, 10 hours, sometimes 12 a day, getting paid for 40. There were guys on the floor that weren't group leaders, like of the certain departments, couldn't read a blueprint, barely read a tape, just, hey, nail this together, or screw this drywall on. That would be working all these hours, but they would get overtime. They would make just as much as the supervisors. We didn't feel right about that. That didn't sit right with us, and that's a big reason why I left. Anyway, I go and I get an X-ray. They gave me an X-ray. I find out they're healed, but the C5, C6, and C7 were fractured. And the discs between those three, the two discs between those three, aren't even there. They're blown right out inward, like not outward, blown out, like not a herniated disc, not a ruptured disc, not a sore disc, not a wrap disc. They were just gone. There's nothing there. No cushion in between those vertebrae that were fractured. The C5, I believe it is the hangman's break. If that thing breaks, you're done. Luckily it didn't. It was fractured, and it healed. And they dated it to be about, 8 years. I'm thinking, how the hell, a broken neck? Are you kidding me? Surgery? They wouldn't do physical therapy. They wouldn't do the cortisone shots because they immediately sent me for an MRI and found it's called cervical spinal stenosis. If you don't know what that is your vertebrae, the bone, your vertebrae. Inside of that is your spinal cord. And you have space in there. Obviously, it's not just like a tight fit. Can't be. Um, there's space in there. Well, stenosis is it's a progressive narrowing. It just narrows around your spinal cord, and when it gets to the point that it pinches it or even rubs it roughly, you could be paralyzed from the neck down. And eventually, if it's left untreated, it will pinch the, the spinal cord. And if you don't know, your spinal cord and your brain, you don't have feeling in that. That's why you're awake during brain surgery, because there's no feeling in the brain. And same thing, it's spinal cord is an extension of the brain. But the surgery I'm getting, they have to put me under because they're going to cut those 3 vertebrae in half, right? Cut them in half, take them out, get like a Dremel tool basically to hollow out a little bigger of a groove for my spinal cord. Then the piece that's at the back of my neck, because they go through the front, or else they have to cut all your neck muscles, and then you're looking at your feet, and it's in the front. There's nothing. It's just your esophagus. You just move it to the sides. It's a little 2 to 3 inch incision. You just move your esophagus to the side, and your spinal cord's right there. Makes sense. Scares the hell out of me. It's like getting your throat cut, but anyway, the piece at the back, after they take that off, they have to go down and under your spinal cord. I have less than a half millimeter left. A good spinal cord were my upper vertebrae, C1, C2, C3, C4. I'm looking at like 2.5 millimeters of space. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's what you get. I'm under a half a millimeter. The C5 is moderate. The C6 and C7 are severe. So they wouldn't do the cortisone shots because not enough room. They were gonna do it with a robot, sedate me and have a robot do it, and I was sedated. I wasn't out, but I was I couldn't move. What's going on? And face down, like in a massage thing, hole where you can breathe and all that. And the guy's doing it with the robot, and I'm waiting, and he said no, he's not doing it. Because I guess it has like a little x-ray thing that, I don't know how it's done, because like I said, I was sedated. There's a camera, and there's a little x-ray thing there at the same time. I know that much. So, only option is surgery, which they said cortisone doesn't help. Well, you're going to need surgery anyway because it's progressive, but we're going to give you the cortisone shot because of insurance reasons. Now, I wasn't really in pain because it's not pinching on a nerve. What I'm getting is numbness, which now is in my hips, mainly the right side. My leg, it'll go down my hips, my leg, frequently, and it's traveling to the left side. Rarely, but it happens once a month or so. I'll get like numbness in my arm, my left leg. You know, my hip will feel weird when I'm walking. It's like your ass fell asleep almost, but like it's on your hip. It's so weird. Like the feeling is so weird. It's like you can't feel your feet. You're like you're walking on like tennis balls, and your like feet are rolling, and you can't walk. It's crazy. You gotta wait till it goes away. Now the right side, it's a constant from my neck to my fingertips, but it does radiate. I would say at least half, 15 days, 16 days out of the month. It'll radiate down into my hip, my right leg, and it sucks because I have a daughter, and when that happens, I'm walking weird. I can only walk little ways, and then my knees are giving out. So they gave me these braces with the metal on the sides that can lock for the support, so you don't, your knee doesn't give out sideways and cause some major damage. I have two of those. They gave me this wrist thing that has metal in it to support it, keep it straight, and an elbow one as well. That I wear the one on the wrist hurts. After about 5 minutes, it just hurts. Even though it's numb, after wearing that, it hurts. I know it hurts, but it's a different kind of pain than like ow. It's because like I said, I was bartending. We use plastic cups. There's times I would pour a drink, grab it, and I would just squeeze it and just crush it because I didn't know how hard I was grabbing it. There's times I'd fill drinks up in glasses and I'd pick it up and drop it and smash it all over the place. I'd grab bottles of beer out of the fridge and drop them. I'd pick somebody's can up to see if it was empty or not because I don't know, they went to the bathroom. I thought they might have left just to check it, see if it's cold or if it's empty, and they left. And I would pick it up and squeeze the shit out of it, and beer fly out. So I can't tell if I'm holding something tight, loose. I can't feel it. So that was all diagnosed in 2020. Now 2024, and I've been in contact with the neurologist and neurosurgeon. They're waiting for it to get to the point where it has to happen because this surgery is so high risk because those vertebrae were fractured already that when they cut them, I'm only getting 50-50 it's going to work. And best case, it works. I'm looking 6 to 9 months recovery. First 4 weeks in the hospital, bedridden. Can't get out of bed. I'm going to be immobilized. I won't have the halo, but I'll have an immobilized thing with the neck and the head. And they're going to keep me, not out, but they're going to keep me sedated where I'm just like my body's made out of lead, pretty much. And I'll sleep a lot, but I'll be awake and I'll be coherent. But it's like a paralytic. You'll be able to move your arms and legs a little bit, but my whole upper neck and head and that area, and it comes down onto your chest. It's going to be totally immobilized. So I won't be able to move my neck anywhere. Nothing. Not forward and a millimeter, not sideways, nothing. Just totally immobilized. After the first 4 weeks, they're going to get me out of bed, get me walking, test electric shock with the electric things. I forget what that's called. EMG maybe. And EKG is the heart. I think it's EMG. They hook these electrodes up to you and they zap you, and if your nerves and body respond to it, then you have a feeling, and you'll feel it. And if it doesn't and you don't feel it, well, you're numb still. They're gonna do those tests and get me out of bed and get me walking, see how I do, and if I do well the second week, I'll be out of the hospital. But I'll be immobilized with that for at least 6 months. They said 6 to 9 months. They don't want it to come off. Best case, maybe 3 months it can come off. And like I said, this is a 50-50 it's even going to work. So, needless to say, I was bartending up until 2022, November 2022, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I was dropping too many drinks. It was embarrassing. I said, listen, I can't do this. I tried getting jobs other places just to work, and they wouldn't bring me on because I was insurance liability because of the issue with my neck. So I had no income all of 2023 except the income tax that I get, and I claim my daughter. and I do a lot of online sales. And luckily, I owned I say I owned my house. My father owned my house that my grandfather built, and was supposed to go to my mother, who's disabled. She has MS. When I had my daughter, my grandfather said he wanted to change it to come to me, so I had a steady place to raise a child. He passed away 4 months after my daughter was born. He was in hospice, and then he came and did home hospice. But when he came home, he didn't last long. He died on September 15th, 2015, 4 days after his 96th birthday. He was born on 9/11. And when I moved in, I remodeled everything, and I would give my father the money for the taxes, the garbage, sewage, because it was in his name, and I would pay all the utilities. Now, he gave me a handsome insurance thing. I don't know what they're called, life insurance policy, I guess. Me, my father's sister's daughter, and then my father and his sister got, I don't know what they got, but they got a lot. Along with life insurance policies, they got liquid assets, they got the house, they got cars, they got stocks, old stocks that are booming now, so they're worth lots. Anyway, I couldn't pay. Only this year I wasn't able to really make enough money to start paying for the taxes, but I figured, well, I've been paying, 8, 9 years now, more than what I should be, because we wanted a little nest egg in case something happened, the furnace blows, which ended up happening. It was part of the reason why we had to sell the house. If the roof went by the shingles, I'll shingle it. I roof. I don't know, major pipe damage or something in the basement, water everywhere, shut up, major plumbing repairs. We want that little nest egg to, dip into. Well, I come to find out, I got paperwork sent to the house for the past 4 years. He's been delinquent on taxes, sewage, and garbage. And I wondered why I wasn't getting, we get booklets and they got stickers. And I think you get 1 or 2 per day for the year. They allow you for, you pay, it's like $150 for the garbage. And I would just get like a sheet, or 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 there. I'm like, where's my stickers? And this is going on for years. Like, oh, well, we're hanging on. We have more garbage than you, and whatever. But if I need some, you gotta give me them. Okay. Find out he's delinquent on that. He's delinquent on the sewage. He's delinquent on the taxes. He was doing partial payments late. He was already being penalized, late fees on top of it. And that was the main reason why the house got sold. He couldn't keep it going. Now, what happened with his insurance money and his assets that he got, stocks and bonds, who knows? I mean, I know he used to play blackjack. He's a professional card counter, but he doesn't go down to the casino. But he is on MGM. I don't want to assume. I don't want to talk bad about him. He is my dad and I love him. But he is the main reason the house got sold. My house got sold. The only house my daughter knew. I put a pool in, 30-foot round pool, 2 decks. I had it decked out with solar lights around the railings, vinyl railings. I had it decked out I had a 12-foot retractable umbrella, 16 by 16 deck on top. When you first get out of the pool, because my yard's sloped, there's a 6 by 16 foot deck, so my girlfriends can put their lawn chairs out and lay out with their friends. And then the upper deck, we had a fire pit We had the retractable umbrella. I think it was 10 feet or 12 feet. Retractable umbrella, and it folded up just to a pole. And you open the thing up, and it extended out, and then you wind it, and it opens up. And that had lights in it too. And then they had the citronella candles, the decorative stuff where we put the oils in to keep the bugs away, and they had tiki torches around the yard and the pool. And I even had lighting leading up to the pool, like a little walkway of small little solar powered lights. Little walkway, because it's dark. And for night swimming, we don't want it super bright back there. And where I lived, only one neighbor was able to see the pool because of just how the house was set up. And that neighbor is the neighbor that lives right next door to me. But they're 70, 80 years old, in bed at 7 o'clock. Don't hear a thing. They're 3/4 deaf. We had bangers, ripper parties there, 20 people. I come there, people were there before me. I had to stop and get mixers, Sprite, cranberry juice, pineapple juice at the store. They were bringing the vodka and the beer and the this and the that. And I show up with the mixers, and there's already 15, 20 people there. Everybody's clothes are all over the yard. They got naked girls jumping in the pool, dudes trying to hook up. It was a shit show. Stereo blasting because I had the portable Bluetooth speakers, and I had a plug-in one with the power outlet out there. Music blasting, but it's secluded where I'm at. I have a shed, and I have some trees and bushes, well, not a tree. You can call it a tree. It's like 8 feet tall. It looks like a tree, but it's like a bush. On the back fence, coming off my shed where I store my riding lawnmower. I owned a lot next to mine, and I had a bush that blocked the view of the neighbor's house. And the shed and the bushes and stuff that were like 8 feet high blocked the view of the neighbors behind me. So we had nobody that could even see the pool except the old people next door that were in bed at 7 o'clock in the morning or at night, and are deaf, and you can blow off M80s and they're not hearing it. But yeah, I put that in. That cost quite a bit. 25-year warranty. Ripped up all the carpet. Put in vinyl flooring in the kitchen. New carpeting. We didn't want the baby to get hurt falling. We put new carpeting in the living room, her bedroom, and we did like the vinyl hardwood flooring in our bedroom and the third bedroom, which is the biggest bedroom of the whole house, but it was for the baby's her play area, her playroom. The full tile surround that I did around the tub. It's a cast iron tub, and the way it was situated, we wouldn't have been able to get it out of the house without cutting the back wall and going like where the window is and going out the back wall. Wasn't fitting through the door, just fit where it was, so we couldn't even get up and turn it to get it sideways to get it out. So we left it, and I just did a tile surround, and the tile was phenomenal. It was stainless steel blocks. It had the cracked glass. It had stone, and it had ceramic, and it had marble, all mixed throughout. And it came in 12 by 12 sheets, and it looked amazing. Like, I loved it. Everybody that's seen that tile around the tub loved it. They fell in love. It was amazing, from the edge of the tub to the ceiling. Yeah, we were living good, and I had to sell the house, and I was supposed to get X amount once the house was sold for what I put in, and because I had to find somewhere else to live, obviously, and I don't have income coming in. But the beginning of this year, the end of last year, 2023, I contacted the disability attorney, told him what was going on, signed the HIPAA letter so they can pull my medical records to see if they want to take me on. And this firm is the best of the best in northeastern Pennsylvania, as far as I know, and probably farther than that. They have commercials on TV. It's O'Connor Law. The owner is Mary Ann O'Connor and her husband, and they don't really take cases on that are iffy, or if they know they're going to lose. Because what's the point of putting in all that work if you know you're going to lose? You know what I mean? They don't work. You don't pay them to do it. They get paid when you get paid, and it's only on back pay. They don't get paid future pay. They don't get paid current pay. It's only back pay that they get paid. It's 25% of your back pay, and they're going back to 2020. And she called me herself, and she's representing me herself. The owner of the firm, Mary Ann O'Connor, not one of her partners, not one of her aides. It's herself. I speak with her secretary when we're relaying messages, or if I have to do an appointment, or I have mail coming that's been filled out. But other than that, it's her. I just did the last test, the physical part, where they pulled my medical records. I had to talk to a doctor at the Social Security office. It's called IMA in Pennsylvania. It was about a 3-hour long thing. And I was also diagnosed with neuropathy throughout. I don't know throughout what, but neuropathy throughout. Okay. Well, I talked to my doctor, and they're getting their copy. I got a copy of it just in case to send to the attorney, and I have my own. But they said no, we get it. They sent it right to us. So I didn't look at it yet. But if you're saying they diagnosed you with neuropathy throughout, that's good, because they were actually going with the mental health part. And this is hard. It's not hard for me to talk about. It's just, it sucks. And some people, it's hard for people to hear. 2016. Earlier than that, probably 2014, I fell off a roof, broke my back. And they put me on Vicodin, 5 milligram Vicodin. And at that time, 5 milligram Vicodin, I was, woo, hey, let's go. I don't know, 9 months later, 10 milligram Vicodin. Like, oh, all right. Then it was, instead of 60, it was 90. Then, I don't know, 6 months later, it was 120. And this is during the opioid epidemic. And they went to oxycodone, which is Percocet. They actually did the roxycodone, which they don't have the acetaminophen in it. They're the little ones. They're pink. They're 10 milligram oxycodones, which are 10 milligram Percocets. If you don't know the difference in the two, Vicodin is hydrocodone, Percocet is oxycodone, and two and a half 10 milligram Vicodin equals 1 10 milligram Percocet. That's the difference. So 2.5 times stronger than Vicodin. And they were giving me 120 of them a month. And I developed a dependency, and I had a problem, and I went from 100, and I think I was like 175 then. I was down just under 140. I looked like a skeleton. My face looked like it was like melting off. I looked like Walking Dead, but I was functional. I was at work every day. I was doing my job. I wasn't taking them to get high. I found out when I didn't have them the one day, and I was really sick, that I was taking them to not go through withdrawals. And this caused a huge problem with my girlfriend and my family, and it's understandable. So I told them about it. I came clean and said, hey, this is where I'm at with this stuff. Like, I can't. I ran out, and I'm not getting them for a couple of days, and I'm throwing up. It's coming out of both ends. I'm addicted. I'm dependent on it. And they understood, but they also said you need to get treatment or you got to go. And my girlfriend at the time, who my parents absolutely hate, they hated her, but she's the mother of my kid, so they said she'll stay with the kid, with my daughter, but you got to go. We're not having this, and you're not coming to our house, and we're not supporting you, and figure it out or get help, which I ended up doing. um, I was waiting for a bed at a Geisinger, which is a hospital in our area, facility that allowed you to smoke cigarettes. Only hospital in the whole Geisinger network you can smoke at. The little smoke huts, and they actually give you quite a bit of time breaks to smoke. Um, but I was waiting for a bed. It would be ready in about a week. November 9th, 2016. Normal day. Don't know what was up my girlfriend at the time's ass, but she was just riding me, and everything I would say just snapping and snippy and just making comments and like downing me and degrading me. And I'm like, listen, you were there when I made the call. I'm going in 2 days. I have 2 days. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't make them give me the bed. Like, I can't make them have enough room for me. I made the choice to go. I'm going. You were there. You heard it. It was on speakerphone. It'll be ready the 11th. Like, why are you doing this? I'm doing the right thing for everybody. And she said something, and I don't. Yeah, as soon as she said it, people say they black out. I get that because I've done it before. You black out, you don't realize what you're doing, and some bad things happen, especially when you drink. But when you black out from anger, it can get bad. There's a stage beyond that, and I found that out there. It's called red out, where you don't see red, you don't, go out for blood. It's not like that. I don't know why they call it red out, but they do. And the only way I could describe this, and I described it to my counselor there. I still see a psychiatrist. This is why. The only way I can describe this is, if anybody's played a video game, Mario. I was Mario, and somebody else had the controller. Okay? Now, Mario can't just do whatever he wants. He does what the person in the controller controls him to do. That's how it felt. I walked into the bedroom. I reached into my nightstand, got my case, which had a M&P 9mm. Clip was already loaded, not in the gun. Clip was loaded. Never fired this gun. I only got the gun because I was not a gun guy. I only got this gun for when I found out I was having a daughter, because people are crazy and I wanted protection. Never even took it to the range. Bought a box of shells, never fired it, bought it brand new. Took it out, put the clip in it, sat on the bed, and I had no control. I knew what I was doing, but I had no control over it. And whatever she said that set me off and put me into this state of just rage and anger and making me feel so worthless. She comes into the room. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I had it in my hand. I said, "You're going to be better off without me, and the best thing I could do is go and never come back. And if that's what you want, that's what you." I put it right here, and I pulled the trigger, and it went click. I looked at it like, "What? Why didn't you work? Like, what happened?" And she bum tackled me, shoulder blocked me, and ripped it out of my hands. And it took about a good 5 minutes, and I sat there, and I'm like, what did I just do? I cannot believe I just did that. And even worse, why didn't it work? That was my mindset. It was worse that it didn't work rather than why did I do it? So, hold on a sec. Need a cigarette. So, I hear her talking to somebody out in the living room. And I get up and I walk out, head down, and just from what I heard, she was on the phone with 911 and saying that my boyfriend just tried to shoot himself, blah, blah, blah. So quickly, I grab my shit, uh, head out the door. Because I didn't need the cops coming and 302 in me 2 days before I'm going to help myself. And I hid out at my parents'. I hid my vehicle somewhere else, so she didn't know where I was, but I was in contact with her. And I went home that morning early because our daughter was in daycare. Um, woke her up at 7, took her to daycare at 9. We took her together. Um, said our goodbyes after we took her to daycare. My parents drove me out to Marworth uh, treatment center, and I checked in at 11. Now, when I checked in, I had, bought some earlier in the week to hold me over because they'd say don't stop taking them. Just take them as you normally take them. I was taking 10 a day to not be sick. But the only thing I could buy were the 30s, the Perk 30s, the Roxy 30s, the Blues as they're called. And I had between 10 and 15 of them, I can't remember. And between 7 in the morning and 11 o'clock when I checked in, that 4 hours, I ate and snorted every single one of them before I went in there. And that was the first time this whole time since I broke my back that I took those and actually got high and fucked up. But I didn't nod out. I didn't fall out. I wasn't any of that. I signed myself in. I did all the paperwork. I did the insurance paperwork. I met with my counselor. I spoke with my counselor for about an hour. I got to tour the whole facility inside and out. Upstairs, downstairs. It was an old governor's mansion. Beautiful place. After 5-6 hours, I even went to a few of the classes, if you want to call them, or um, we had meetings. Like got like 3-4 times a day. AA meetings, NA meetings, same thing. Um, but then we also had like activity things, and then we had group sessions, and we had one-on-one sessions. After about 5-6 hours, I had to go to the detox unit. Third day I'm there, she faxes the police report. And I try to shoot myself. It's the same day my toxicology came back. My luck. So they 302 me and they 5150 me on the same fucking day. So 5150 is when a doctor medically, says you're crazy. And you're a danger to yourself or others. 302 is two people, family or friends, two people have to say it. And they can commit you to up to a 72-hour watch, which usually don't even keep you 24 hours. They bring you in, talk to you, and keep you there a little bit, and let you go. From what I hear. Me, no. Of course not. Now, I'm going through the worst part of this detox, and I'm told that I have to go into my bedroom, where there's 4 other guys this time. Because the first week you're there, and I was there, you're supposed to be 28 days, and I thought I was doing 28 days. First week you're there, you're downstairs in the detox unit, and there's like 4 beds in a room, and it's just like a hospital room. And the nurse's station is right outside. And they give you these meds to help get you off it and not feel like you're dying. And third day I'm there, I get that, and they bring me in the bedroom, and got my stuff, got all my belongings, and I'm going to see a psychiatrist. Okay. I go in the room, and there's a bed there, and psychiatrist, doctor, After I go in, 5, 6 security personnel follow me in, and I'm 6'2", 140, 135, 40 pounds only at this time. These guys are like 6'2 to 6'5", 280, like jack monsters. And because they diagnosed me with 2 suicide attempts there that day, I was getting strapped to the bed. And I was not allowed to smoke for 3 days. And I had 3 times a day, 15 minutes, they would unstrap me, and they would keep me restrained on one of my hands to go to the bathroom right in front of them, piss, shit, didn't matter, right in front of the guy, wipe my own ass, but right, the guy's hooked to me, watching me, basically, sitting on my lap and I'm taking a shit. And I had eaten them in that 15 minutes. And if I gave them any restraint getting back into the bed to get restrained, well, they all came in and just manhandled you and put you in that bed and strapped you down. And I said, when they were first gonna put me in, please let me go have a cigarette first. Nope. I said, I will not struggle, I will not fight, I will not run, I will not hide. I'm here, I put myself here. I just want to have a cigarette before. I feel like total garbage. I'm in the middle of the worst possible part of the detox. Like, just please. I'm begging you, I will cooperate fully. Nope. Well, knowing me, I'm not getting in the fucking bed. And the 6 guys are like, you're getting in that bed. I said, well, make me. And I put up a fight. Let me tell you, I put up a fight. It took them, just about all of them. And I caught a couple of them with some hands. And they got me in that bed. And every time, for those 15 minutes, I would say, please, I don't care if I'm strapped, just wheel me outside. Put it in my mouth, let me smoke, and then wheel me back in. I just need a cigarette. Nope. I said, well, then I'm not getting in bed. Every time for those 3 days. And I didn't. I refused. I made them put me in that bed. And I would, ready to go with all 5, 6 of them. And they knew it. And I to this day, I don't understand why they wouldn't let me just have a cigarette. They could have handcuffed me. They could have kept me strapped to them. 2 of them walked out. I'm cuffed to you. Just let me have a cigarette. You could smoke there. Let me have a cigarette. Just because I tried to shoot myself, I didn't try to kill myself with the pills. That's just what I had left. So I took them. I didn't nod out. I didn't fall out. I didn't anything. But my levels were so high, I should have been dead twice over for like a heroin addict, they said. That's how much opiates were in my system. Never touched heroin in my life, just to let everybody know I'm not a drug addict. I smoked weed when I was younger, and then this pill incident, and that was it. I drank in my 20s and early 30s up until I was having my daughter, and I don't even drink. I'll go out with my current girlfriend, and I'll have a shot maybe and a beer, or a shot and Tito's and Sprite, and that's it. The rest is water or some soda, mainly water. And she'll, come on, do another shot with me. Have another. No, I'm good. So, I have to see a psychiatrist every month. I have to see a therapist, and I have to see a counselor. And this is in court order with the custody thing. Because I'm mentally unstable, I cannot own a firearm. I had to sell my gun. Well, they took my gun. Can't own a gun. I'm legally classified as mentally unstable. I'm a threat to myself and others. I get pulled over for a taillight during COVID, when you can't get your car inspected and you can't go to the DMV to get your license, or you can't do any of that. I get pulled over for a taillight, and he said my inspection's up. I said, you can't do nothing but the inspection. They passed that law that they when things open, then you get it done. Oh, we're just letting you know. I said, okay. asked me for my ID and all that. I gave it to them. And it's taken them an awful long time back there. And I'm wondering what's going on here. I'm looking in the mirror. 3 more uh, cars pull up. 2 of them are in front. The other one's behind the officer who pulled me over. And they all get out. And they kind of circled out and flanked me on all sides. And the guy comes over and gives me my license back. And, asked where I was going. I said 2 houses up to my girlfriend's house for a 4th of July party. He's like, okay. I said, can I ask you what's going on here? Well, when we run your name, you come up that you are a threat to yourself and others. You have 2 suicide attempts, and it was with a firearm. Do you have any firearms in the vehicle? I said, no, I don't. Do you have anything illegal in the vehicle? I said, no, I don't. Do you mind if we search the vehicle? I said, I don't mind, but I'm not going to consent to you searching my vehicle because you don't have a reason. I said, you can look around. I'll open up whatever things you want me to open. But you're not ripping my car apart. I've seen what happens. Seats ripped, glove compartments ripped out. No, you're not ruining my vehicle because a couple years prior, I'm stupid. They brought the K9 over, ran around the car, nothing, let me go. So yeah, anytime I ever get pulled over for a taillight out, I didn't fully stop at a stop sign, my blinker didn't work, anything, I'll get pulled over, and then, hold on, hang on, and multiple officers show back up, and as backup, because they think I'm going to do something, and they come over and they give me my stuff back, and make sure I'm alright, and tell me to have a good day. Lately, they've been nice. I got to know a lot of them. Not for the best of reasons, but not for the worst of reasons either. And I started filming them. They don't like getting filmed. And my very first video, no, my second video, first one was the post office, no issues. Second one, I wasn't even filming for that reason. I was just filming PP&L because they were shutting power off at my aunt's house for no reason. Because my cousin, they raided the house for something, and they found some stuff, and they put him in jail. And he has a history. But my aunt, the cops love her, sweetest lady ever. In the middle of summer, they're going to kill her power. We're like, why? I'm like, why? So I call her at the bar, and she's like, go in the house, I have paperwork in there about this. So I show the guy, and he calls the cops down. I don't know why them. Instead of the building guy, building inspector guy. So 3 cops show up, and like, what's going on? I said, this guy's trying to kill the power, and we have paperwork saying she has 30 days to get some electrical stuff fixed, or pull permits to get electrical stuff fixed, and then 60 days to start the work. And he's killing the power. Like, how do you do electrical work without power? How do you test when you run new wire? How do you test it without power to make sure everything's right, the ground's right, the power, the neutral? You know, how do you do that? And that was my argument to them. And they asked me my name. I told them. They said, do you have ID? I said, yeah. They said, can I see it? I said, no. They said, why? I said, because I have no reason to show you my ID. I didn't do anything wrong. They said, we need your ID. I said, why do you need my ID? Why, what are you here for? We were called here because of you, so we're investigating. I said, you've been talking to me for about 10 minutes now. Not one of you people have even went over to the PP&L guy and asked him what's going on. He's just sitting in his truck waiting. What are you investigating? You're investigating me, is what you're doing. You're thinking I'm buddies with my cousin. I said, I'm not here for my cousin. I'm here for my aunt. I didn't give a shit about my cousin. They, I said, did I commit a crime? Do you suspect me of a crime? Did I do something illegal? They said, no. I said, well, then why do I have to show you my ID? They said, we're not playing this game. Give me your ID or you're going to jail. I said, wait a minute. You're going to put me in jail if I don't give you my ID for doing absolutely nothing. They said, yeah. And then I turned my camera on and, back on. And it starts off with me saying, so you're telling me under threat of arrest, I have to give you my ID for no suspicion of a crime, nothing to do with a crime. You don't suspect anything. I didn't do anything illegal, nothing like that. You just want to know who I am, basically. And he's like, give me your ID, you're going to jail right now. So I give him my ID. And in the video, he says, I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't suspected of anything. Blah, blah, blah. Right there, that's a lawsuit. And I'm pursuing that once I have this issue taken care of. But the moral of the story is, I haven't had income in since November of 2022, except for my income tax. And stuff that I've sold online that I've collected, and some valuables that I have, and my parents mainly. I'm actually living at their house now. Yeah. And they help me because there's days I can't even get out of bed. So that's why I haven't been skilling. That's why I haven't been, really watching in the morning like I used to watch Sammy religiously every morning. I just can't get up. I can't get moving. I'm diagnosed with 6 or 7 mental illnesses: ADHD, depression, extreme anxiety, MDD, which is major depressive disorder, compulsive behavioral disorder. Um, they're checking me for bipolar 1 or bipolar 2, I forget, and something else. But yeah, I'm on 2 different depression medications, non-narcotic Trintellix. It's a new one. But that's for MDD, major depressive disorder, on top of depression. Um, so that's what my attorney's going with, is the depression part of it. And because I can't work because of the neck injury, it's causing my depression to get worse, which I believe it is as well. Because there's days I just don't feel like doing anything. I sleep all day long. The only time I don't, and I force myself up, no matter how bad it hurts, no matter if I could walk, I'll crawl, is when my daughter's here, which she's here now. She wants me to dye the tips of her hair, but it's soaking wet. I told her she has to dry it. So, just to let everybody know, that's what I've been dealing with, and I don't know when this disability thing is gonna get settled. I know that was the last testing thing I had to do, and then the mental health doctors and the physical health doctors are going to get together and make their decision. Um, my lawyer said it usually takes about a month for them to make the decision, sometimes less if it's clear. I think you're a slam dunk with this. That's why I took you on personally. Um, but I don't know how long it is for them to pay out the back pay, and which he gets 25%. I'm looking at, I don't know, 50,000 when it's all said and done after they get their 25%, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. That's not a lot of money, but it is enough money for me to get out of here, get set up at an apartment or rent a house, move in with my girlfriend, which I can't move in with her now because me and her brother hate each other. Almost fist fought about 3 times, but he won't. And supposedly he's like the baddest dude in town, but he won't. He sat in his truck the one time. Another time, him and his blacktopping crew came out, and he went to the driver's side, which my girlfriend was driving. tried to climb in the window after me, and she's holding the lock button because she knows how I am. I was getting out. I don't care if there's 5 of them. I'm getting out. I'm getting out, and I'm getting out swinging. And I can't live there because of him. He owns the house, but she rents off of him. She actually bought it, but his wife, the money hungry bitch she is, stole 80 grand off him, gambled it all away. She's just all about money, and she will not sign the deed. And she already paid for that house, cash in her 401k. She had a settlement. Um, I don't want to get into her personal life, but she bought that house cash, and she's still paying rent, which is bullshit. But I can't live there because of him. Um, Cops will be there, and I don't need all that in my life. So we're getting our own place. But it's just her income, so we can't. I have no provable income until this disability goes through. Every day, I wonder how I'm gonna get around, just for gas and cigarettes. You know, my parents help me out. I post stuff on Marketplace constantly and eBay. Um, I use my Cash app for that. Um, Instead of having cash on me, because I know if I have cash on me, I'm gonna burn it. If I have it on the card, you know, I'll do smarter things with it. I use my Cash app. I hate asking, so I'm not gonna ask anybody for help. But I'm gonna throw my Cash app out there and my PayPal out there, just for the hell of it. If somebody feels like, helping me out, I'm not gonna turn it down because I'm in a bad way here. But I'm not gonna ask anybody for anything. My Cash app is Ace, ACE, Jack, JACK 82, capital A, capital J, rest lowercase. And that's because I play blackjack and my father was a card counter, and maybe I am. Who knows? Maybe that's why I win a lot at the casino. I don't know. And then my PayPal, it's my email. It's B as in Barry, Prandy, PRANDY at gmail.com. That is my um, PayPal. And please, guys, don't do it if you don't have it. Believe me, I'll figure it out. It's my life. I figure things out. I never ask for handouts. If somebody wants to give me a hand up, and give me a chance, I'll take that. But I don't ask for anything. I worked for everything I ever had. Unfortunately, I can't work right now, and I'm in my room, and I'm having a real bad day. But I did talk to Sammy, and I said I'm working on this video. But like I said, my phone was broke. I have to do some editing in it with documents and stuff to really show some things that I think you guys would be real interested in. It's gonna be like a book that's a page turner. When I do this, I'm gonna do it live, and in the beginning, I'm just gonna wait for a bunch of people. Well, hopefully a bunch, but a few people to come in and tell my story about what's going on and my plans for the future. And I'm gonna do a smaller, shorter. I got out of hand with this. Smaller, shorter version of what happened and the future, which is this is gonna be a page turner. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good story. But there's also some negative to it, and I didn't mention that in this video, but we'll get into that. And it sucks. So this is me signing off. I have to go see my daughter. It's been an hour. I mean, she's down there with my parents and my cousin's kid, and they're out on the trampoline. But she wants me to dye tips of her hair red. She has to dry it first. She gotta be dry. I read the directions. But Bad Guy Press. My name is Barry. Um, Northeastern Pennsylvania, right between Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. It's called Pittston, Pennsylvania, Italian town. If you watch the movie The Irishman, they mention it twice. Russ Buffalino's garment factory was right downtown. He lived in Kingston. His factory was right downtown Pittston. Still there. Building's still there. Used to come through here, get on the turnpike, go to where he had to go. I am half Irish on my mother's side, and I'm half Italian on my grandfather's side. And my grandfather was a World War II vet and a postmaster. My grandfather knew a lot of people. Well respected. Full Sicilian. I wonder if he knew Russ Buffalino. I wonder if he knew a couple of the other mafia guys that lived in the area around him. I don't know. Maybe it'll be in the video. Maybe some pictures will come up. You gotta see. You guys gotta watch the video live with me and ask me anything you want. I'm an open book. I want you guys to ask questions. Ask me what this or that or I don't know, anything. I'm an open book. I'll answer everything. I have no shame. If I mess up, I own it, and I speak how it is. Some people don't like it. That's their problem. Other people like that. But I want to talk a little bit about, this is in the future, something else to do with the channel instead of just skills. But the debate coming up, do a little political thing where we get people in the chat and talk about who we like, why we like them. But it's got to be civil. None of this garbage, trash talking. You're a Trump fan, you racist scumbag, blah, blah. You're a Biden fan. The guy doesn't even know where he is. Falling off airplanes, can't find where to stay. None of that. Just keep it civil, okay? People like different people for different reasons. Okay, you don't gotta like everybody, but respect their opinion. That's it. Respect their view. You might not like it, you might not have it, but they might not like it and have yours. So just show mutual respect and just, why do you like the guy? Why do you want to vote for him? Well, what policies do you like? What has he done? If you're talking about Trump, what has he done in his presidency? Biden, what has he done? Are we better off with him in office, or are we better off with Trump in office? Stuff like that. I'm just bringing that up now because it's debate season. But I want to do some other things, whatever. You guys tell me, what do you want to do? I can't do skilling. I do have some money coming for something. Should be here in the next few weeks. That I am going to do some skilling with. But until then, tell me, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to see me go puzzle surfing? Check every machine, every game, every bat level? And if there's something there, take it. I'll do that. I'll wake up at 6 in the morning, go in the morning and do it. You guys let me know. But again, I gotta sign off here. And this is for you, Sammy. I told you I was gonna give an update. Before I did the video, I had to do some editing. Unfortunately, my phone broke. My daughter dropped it and broke it, and I had to get a new one. I recovered my account, but I had to start re-editing today. Actually, I got the phone. I had to start re-editing the video because the video's made, and there's just things that I got to stop and explain and narrate before I continue, and then show a document or something, or a picture maybe of something, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And like I said, this is gonna be it's gonna be like a movie that you can't take your eyes off of, or a book you can't stop turning the pages. And that's true. That's a true story right there. That's how it's gonna be. I think so anyway. And the people I've talked to about it said, "Man, when you tell this kind of shit, like we can't get enough of it." So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we get a bunch of viewers and we can talk and communicate throughout the video. And I'm doing it live, like I said. Well, I'm gonna post the video first, and then I'm gonna go live right after. So, Barry signing off. Again, Cash App, capital A, lowercase ce, capital J, lowercase ack, Ace Jack 82. My PayPal is bprandy@gmail.com. And even if somebody sent $1, I will say 10 Hail Marys for that person, because the situation I'm in now, it's not good at all. And my daughter's birthday was May 17th. I was supposed to take her to Kalahari that weekend. I couldn't do it. And that's the first time in 9 years I've ever broken a promise to her. Oh, we still had a party, don't get it wrong. And we had a lot of fun, we had a lot of people. But she wanted to go to Kalahari. I couldn't do it. I'll explain why in the next video as to my bank and being hacked, which sucks, and it was a lot. So, signing off. I gotta go dye the tips of my daughter's hair red. The things you do as a father. But love you guys. Talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll get the video up in the next day or two.